Since only divinity is good, then only divinity can reveal divinity. No created being could bring the full truth of God to others. Only Jesus, God's only begotten Son, could be that champion. Jesus himself said, "No one has ever seen God. God's only Son, the one who is closest to the Father's heart, has made him known." John 1:18. The Apostle Paul further explained that it is through the Son that we can have the light of the knowledge of the glory, revealed character of God in the face of Christ. 2 Corinthians 4:6. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14. Only the Son of God can reveal the true character and nature of the Father, because he alone has existed in the kind of intimate relationship that only a father and son can have. Plus, he shares the same nature. That's why Jesus could say, "He who has seen me has seen the Father." John 14:9. The fact that Jesus had a source in the Father and a beginning in eternity past, before the creation of anything, is key to how he could become a man and walk among men, born of God, and later born of Mary into the family of Adam. Jesus became the divine human link between God and humanity. Only through him have we been able to learn the truth about what God is really like. In the final hours before the cross, Jesus prayed to the Father, proclaiming that his first mission, to reveal the truth about the character of God the Father, was complete. "I glorified you on the earth, having accomplished the work which you have given me to do. I have manifested your name to the men whom you gave me out of the world." John 17:4-6. There's an old saying that to really understand someone, you must walk a mile in his shoes. This is true even in the race to save humanity. Only a human can redeem a human. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. John 3:17. For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost. Luke 19:10. Recall that when Adam separated from God, as a new carnal being, he had no power to return to God on his own. Adam could not make the good choice for God without God. Of course, that's when grace was introduced. 4,000 years later, on the cross, Jesus, the Son of Man, gained the victory over the devil and the nature of sin. Jesus, the last Adam, was able to undo what the first Adam did, because he was divine in spiritual nature while housed in fallen human flesh. With his dying breath, Jesus claimed another victory, securing salvation for man. He said, "It is finished," and he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. John 19:30. Jesus has declared victory in the first two phases of his mission, but there's one mission still pending. This last mission is not as obvious to most Christians. Jesus must be the omnipresent Holy Spirit in order to vindicate God's government. We've already learned that Jesus didn't complete everything at the cross, but we may not recognize why nearly 2,000 years later, he still hasn't returned as he promised. We've had to endure another 2,000 years of sin and suffering, disasters and disease and death. Why? Because mission number 3 has not yet been accomplished. This final phase that was initiated at Pentecost must continue until Jesus comes back. Jesus is now ministering as high priest in our soul temple in order to be the one continual, direct, living, vital link, the one mediator between man and God. See 1 Timothy 2:5. For through him we both have our access in one spirit to the Father. Ephesians 2:18. He saved us already, not on the basis of deeds which we have done in righteousness, but according to his mercy, by the washing of regeneration and renewing by the Holy Spirit. Titus 3:5. The reason mission number 3 is necessary is because God needs to present a convincing argument to the universe, and especially to his accusers. However, he needs more than 12 or 70 or 120 people. God needs a large enough community of believers to demonstrate exactly how perfectly his government functions. Jesus must prove the effectiveness and validity of God's government by actively demonstrating that it alone can produce holy, happy people, even from a fallen, carnal race. This community of believers, symbolized as the 144,000 in the book of Revelation, must consistently live out perfect faith in lockstep with Christ under all circumstances, including under threat of death through the mark of the beast crisis. This is why it is crucial to understand the truth about the only two divine beings in the universe, God the Father and his Son. Then the end will come, when he, Jesus, hands over the kingdom to God the Father, after he has destroyed all dominion, authority, and power that rose up against the God of heaven. The last enemy to be destroyed is death, for he, the Father, has put everything under his Jesus' feet. Now, when it says that everything has been put under him, Jesus, it is clear that this does not include God himself, who put everything under Christ. When he the Father has done this, then the Son himself will be made subject to him the Father who put everything under him, so that God the Father may be all in all, 1 Corinthians 15:24-28, who is at the right hand of God, having gone into heaven, after angels and authorities and powers had been subjected to him, 1 Peter 3:22. And Jesus came up and spoke to them, saying, All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Matthew 28:18. As the Son of God, the Son of Man, and the Holy Spirit, Jesus is God's super champion. No other being in the universe could qualify or accomplish this massive feat. Jesus is still working to complete mission number 3 in his people, to produce a people who accurately reflect what the government of God is capable of. By understanding these things more deeply, we can cooperate with Christ in letting him finish the work in us. Indeed, now is the time. Therefore, since we have so great a cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us also lay aside every encumbrance and the sin which so easily entangles us. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him who has endured such hostility by sinners against himself, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Hebrews 12:1-3.